Hey everyone, Zach Tucker out here at Martinsville Speedway getting you ready for the Cookout 400, which will take place right here this Sunday. Making a quick pit stop with us now is the driver of the #1 Chevy for Trackhouse Racing, Ross Chastain. Ross, thanks so much for joining us today. When you think about a place like Martinsville, just kind of getting down to the nuts and bolts, what makes this place so unique?
Just the layout of it. So it's a half mile, which we have Bristol as another half mile, but this one is actually shaped like a paperclip. That's the best way to describe it. Long straightaways for the track size, really tight turns, and basically flat. Couple degrees of banking, but really slow speeds it down in the mid 70 mile an hour range in the corners, and up to 130, about 140 miles an hour on the straightaway. So a lot of braking for 400 laps. That's 800 times you enter a corner. So with cautions, we could easily have 50 laps of caution. So 750 times, or what's the math on that? 700 times of braking hard. So it's it's something that when I walk out of here, I will feel a little offset with my legs. My left leg will have worked a lot harder. It'll be more tired. The gas pedal's much easier to press. When you look at it compared to like Bristol, not much brake usage at Bristol with all the banking we have there to run those fast speeds. This one, you have to slow down, turn, and then accelerate off the next corner.
You think about Martinsville, and there's so much history, so much tradition here, and you actually literally etched your name into some of that history just a couple years ago, and you're now infamous Melon move. What do you take me back to that moment. What do you remember about that?
I remember it hurt a lot. It was a desperate attempt to pass two cars. We ran in the fall races 500 laps, so we were on the last lap, and I was desperate. I was willing to do anything, and for some reason, my mind went to run the wall in 3 and 4, and I couldn't think of a reason why not. So when I held it wide open, shifted up to 5th, a gear that we don't use. We use 3rd gear in the corners and 4th gear on the straightaways here at Martinsville. I had an extra gear, which helped. And then, the wall only slowed me down a couple miles an hour. And I went about twice as fast as I would have. I was up right around 140 miles an hour of minimum. The slowest I went through that corner was 140, which is normally our straightaway speed. In the corner here, you go about 75 miles an hour. So it was fast. It felt fast. It felt like I was going to flip over, but luckily the car kept 3 tires on the ground all the way through the corner. The left front was off the ground, and it made it, and we passed 5 cars. We only needed 2, but that sent us to the championship race, of the race in Phoenix to fight for a championship. And as my first year with Trackhouse, that was a big moment for us.
You could say that time is of the essence at a place like Martinsville. Maybe that's just a nod to the trophy itself, the coveted grandfather clock. How special would it be for you to add that trophy to your collection this weekend?
That's bucket list life achievement. A lot of work has went in to winning one, and a lot more work will go in for the rest of my career. If we're fortunate enough to win one, I want to win 10 more. So just getting that first one would be big in more ways than I can really describe. The lap times here, being a half mile, are so close together. You're dealing in hundredths and thousandths of a second separating positions for qualifying. And it's so accurate that a clock is the trophy, and what that grandfather clock means for this town and this area that they come out of and are manufactured in. It's to see the guys get to take them home and the teams that win them, we want to join that list.
You think about Martinsville, of course, the racing, the grandfather clocks. One thing that we haven't talked about is the food, the hot dogs. What would you say is the Ross Chastain special when it comes to hot dogs?
All the way. Just get them straight up all the way. I put a hurting on them in the past. I've lessened it now to I'll eat one when I get here to start the weekend, and I'll grab 1 or 2 for the ride home. I've done more. I've done a higher hot dog count in the past, but I want to feel great on Sunday, and I love the taste, but it is a hot dog, so it works on you.
Yeah, can't go wrong there. Keeping with the theme of food, Cookout's the big sponsor for the race on Sunday. What would you say is your go-to tray at Cookout?
Oh man, that's tough. I'll be honest. When I see the Cookout, don't mind it. I keep going down the street to Wendy's though. So Wendy's is our sponsor, so that's where you'll find me. But if I had to go to Cookout, I guess give me a burger tray, Cookout tray with a cheeseburger, corn dog, and fries, and a Reese shake.
Yeah, awesome. Okay. Yeah, sounds like a pretty good combination there. And it seems like a lot of fans know you for your racing career. What would you say is maybe one thing that the racing fans don't know about you?
I feel like I'm a pretty open book, so I hope everybody knows the watermelon story. I'm an 8th generation watermelon farmer, and although I'm out racing, my job now is to promote watermelons. I guess they wouldn't. I don't think there's much people don't know, I'll be honest. With social media these days and the interviews that we do, I feel like I've told my story pretty authentically, so I think they know about everything.
Awesome. All right, well, thanks so much for your time today, Ross. I appreciate it. And for the folks back at home, you can see Ross and his race team in action this Sunday again for the Cookout 400. And who knows, maybe at the end of it, Ross and his team will do the watermelon crawl.